I am Felipe.
I am Renee.
And I am Mariana.
We are fortunate enough to have studied abroad.
We face challenges to reach our dreams.
And like us, many others have taken the risk.
This space is for all of us to share our tales,
our experiences, and our victories.
This is our international path. Hello guys. Today we're gonna talk about something very interesting. Today we are not gonna make like a normal podcast. Today we are gonna talk about the equinox.
So,
Mariana?
Yeah, I was like, I want to talk right away. So, as Felipe said, we're gonna talk about the vernal equinox because we decided that we're gonna make this month topic the month of life. Just because we have the vernal equinox. It's just like, let me explain you a little bit of what this is all about. So the vernal equinox, it starts in the 20th or 21st of March, and it signals the start of spring in the northern hemisphere. You might be wondering, what's equinox?
What's the equinox, Mariana?
Let me tell you what's equinox.
Explain me.
I'll tell you. It's like the when the night and day have the same hours, because you know that we have the vernal equinox and there's also like summer solstice and stuff like that. Well, we have like throughout the year we have 2 equinox and 2 solstice, but a solstice is I think when in summer when the day is longer than the night, and then I think we have the winter solstice as well, but then the night is longer than the day. But 2 times this happens in a year, the equinox. So it's a pretty amazing thing that happens, like same hours of day and night. Like, amazing natural phenomenon, or however you say that. And yeah, like a lot of cultures made a lot of different celebration among this day, because yeah, it's amazing. So one example is in the Mayan culture in Mexico. There's like a lot of people celebrated previously, not that much anymore, because in the ruins of Chichen Itza, the ancient Mayans used to gather around the pyramid to watch the equinox, because during the afternoon, the sun created this shadow that resembled a snake, like moving alongside the stairs of the pyramid, and still that's a really touristic attraction. A lot of foreigners want to come and see it. Also, Mexicans go, because we haven't all really seen it. You guys, have you ever seen the snake in Chichen Itza?
Never ever.
Yeah, no, I've never been to Chichen Itza. I've heard like all the rumors about Chichen Itza, like about like getting these either like there are paranormal things going on there, like nahuales, stuff like that. Like maybe I'm crazy, but I really like that kind of stories.
I mean, they could be true, because like it's a very magical place, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Like this snake that goes like alongside the stairs, it's called Quetzalcoatl, right?
Yeah.
Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
La
That's
serpiente
this like
emplumada.
feather. Exactly, as Rene said, la serpiente emplumada, which is like the feathered snake. The god of sun and something else. Yeah, I think. And this is one thing. Also, we found out, because we need to make a little bit of research, and we came to know that there's also the Persian New Year that happens during the vernal equinox. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong, but I think it's Nowruz. And it also takes place on, well, this year would be March the 20th. And we see that it's mostly celebrated in Iran, but it can also be in other countries. And I mean, it's pretty amazing that they use this day, this opportunity, this, like, I will say magical because I like that how it sounds. But yeah, like it's an important day for a lot of cultures, and there's stuff happening because of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting how like every single culture has like their own perspective when it comes to these phenomena, like astronomical phenomena. Like how can a Mayan culture have the same like tradition? Like not the same, but they celebrate the same kind of days with a Muslim uh, culture, you know? Like it's interesting to have like that parallelism. Like I think that that's how they call them. Like it's very interesting, you know. I mean, it's cool how to see. It's cool to see how every culture has their own perspective. Like some people think that it's like something that the gods do. Other cultures they already had like astronomy, so they know that it's like something that has to be like with the sun and everything. Like nowadays we don't celebrate that kind of stuff. Like we don't celebrate it, but it's interesting. Like we don't have that magical aspect anymore.
Exactly. So, Marina, how was your experience when you went to Chichen Itza?
Well, I didn't go during any solstice or equinox. I went during the summer. It was really hot. I could definitely say that I was feeling dizzy, but I would assume it's the heat.
Mhm.
I don't want to assume it's something paranormal going on because I'm gonna get scared.
It was a Nahual.
Stop!
La leyenda de la Nahuala.
Do you know what a Nahual
Dun,
is?
dun.
That's in Guanajuato, I think. The
It's
Nahual?
Yeah.
What is a Nahual, Felipe?
Like talking about parallelisms, in many countries they have this parallelism with Nahuales. So Nahuales, it's like a magician that turns into an animal. So he can
Wizard,
change.
you mean?
Wizard, right? Oh,
Yeah.
what did I say?
Magician?
Magician.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, wizard. That just changes bodies. Like he changes to
Gosh.
dogs or whatever he wants, just to hide from humans. And it's
Like
very
a
interesting because
shapeshifter,
in
kinda.
little towns, like they have these stories about like dogs talking. Like it's very scary because like there is one that my friend Mike, a shout out to Mike, our patron, great friend of ours. He and I like were listening to it, and it's about like this lady that had like a dog and a baby, right? And one day, like she went, I think that for tortillas or something, she went to buy tortillas, and when she came back, she heard her dog like speaking to her baby. Like it's just a scary story,
Oh my
but it's
god.
interesting.
I wouldn't be scared of my dog talking. I mean, maybe at first I would be like, oh my god, but at the end it would
You
be
wouldn't be afraid of a dog talking?
my dog talking. I think it can be pretty cool. No?
I don't know. Like I wouldn't like to see a dog talking. You know, like what if he has a deep voice or something like that? Like
Hello, Felipe.
like
Oh.
hola Mariana. My name is Firulais.
That'd be fun.
Why you didn't fed me?
I don't know. I think it could, like, of course it would be scary at first, but then it would be cool. Like, it would be nice.
It's like Death Note and the Shinigami.
Oh yes,
That
Ryuk.
Ryuk. When Light was super scared at the beginning, and then like they became pals. Well, paths.
Mm,
I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but something happens between them.
But I mean, this is a dog
Great
talking
anime.
to you. Like, there is something very interesting about like the uncanny valley. Like when dogs or any animal looks too much like a human, like you just get afraid of it.
That would be scary. If a dog looks like a human, then yes,
Like, what
for
if he
sure.
starts talking and then he just
Stands up.
stands up? It's like, hello, Mariana. Give me some chicken.
Like this?
Yeah, but search it with dogs.
Oh,
Like
that's scary.
it happens with robots. Yeah,
Oh my
like
god, look, the one smiling. Jesus.
yeah,
this
like
one?
No,
Oh,
no, no,
this
no,
one.
no. That one. Ah.
no.
Ah,
Yeah, like
Ah.
that's a face up, but
Yeah,
still,
but
like
still.
when they still look
Oh,
like
that
too
looks
much like
cute.
humans. Like,
Oh,
have you seen the dogs that have like eyes very similar to human eyes? Yeah, like that one. Like it's right there. Like
Go up, up.
go up. Yeah, the
uh,
what if your dog starts telling you, "Hello, Mariana," and he has this face?
Mm,
I kick him out.
no.
He's out of my life.
I would, I mean, yeah, I would be scared. I would be scared.
But yeah, we went
Definitely.
from Chichen Itza to kicking out my dog.
well, I think we actually derailed a little, but what's important about today's episode is that we are ending winter, so we're welcoming light and life and wellness, I guess, into the northern hemisphere of the planet where we are right now. I don't think there's people from the southern hemisphere listening to us. Panama.
No, they have the same as ours.
No, Panama is in the south. Center, south ish. I don't know.
No, it's
And
only
then,
that their, I mean, the time zone is pretty similar to ours. Like right now, it's just like Canada, one more hour than in Mexico, and their seasons aren't like they don't have like really cold winter or anything. Mostly, it's warm throughout the year. Like there's not much difference between
because they're
seasons.
like close to the sun, like
To
middle.
the equator, yeah. At least
Yeah.
that's what my Panamanian friends told me. So Panama friends that listen to us confirm what I think it's true.
Oh, Tom, if you're listening, can you let us know how's the weather in Vietnam? Because I'm not sure if that's from like that would be considered southern hemisphere. Like I think it would be, but I don't know. The world is so confusing. But yeah, so right now and where we are, we're welcoming life. So we may get a little spiritual this month, which I think is okay with you guys. Um, what do you think, Felipe?
Well, I don't think that it has to be like completely spiritual. It can
No,
be also
that's why I said a little
philosophical.
spiritual.
Hmm?
Little-
That's why I said a little spiritual.
What?
That's why I said a little spiritual.
Okay. Yeah. Like, I mean, I like to see life more philosophically than spiritual. But yeah, like it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting month.
Yes. So
Maybe a
this
little
time,
bit scary, with a little bit
scary.
of spooky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this episode, we wanted to introduce you more about this like rebirth of life in the natural way, how the world does it with the changing of seasons and how the trees go back to being green and everything, how life restarts. And on our next episode, we're gonna talk about that. But in a different point of view, more like philosophical, as Felipe mentioned.
We also need to talk about our like our highlights of the week. I don't know if
Yes,
you
because
guys
we're starting
have-
the month, so
yeah. So did you have any highlight last month?
well, in my case, I started working, like I'm still in training, but yes, getting on with this adult life. So it has been keeping me busy most of the days, 5 days out of 7 days of the week. But I'm liking it. It's cool. You guys?
Mm,
Me? You, Felipe? Go, Felipe. You have one already.
well, yeah, like I had a couple of interviews like for work. Like they haven't told me anything yet. Maybe next month you have an answer. Like if you're listening. But I also like watch a movie. Well, like maybe a lot of you watch it. It's a documental. It's from Billie Eilish. Well, like it's a Billie Eilish documental. Did you
Documentary
guys
that.
watch it?
Why?
No.
Was
It's
it
on
was
Apple
it good?
TV Plus.
I didn't.
It's
I
kind
did
of
find
slow.
it interesting. Like it was interesting to see like her process, but she's kind of, I don't know. Like I don't really know her, and I know she has like some disability challenges issues. But like for what I saw, she's a little petty, and like I didn't like how she treated the director of like the video where she like cries black goop. Like literally when they stopped recording, she was like, "Yeah, I don't want to fucking hire another director. I'm gonna do it myself." And to his face, and I was like, "That's kind of mean."
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
weird.
she became a director later on. Like
I mean, she
she
pretty
was
much,
doing
yeah.
most of the stuff. And also like I kind of understand. Like she was also like what 17 at that time. Like
But you
she can be
still don't
stubborn.
talk to like a professional that way. If you don't like their work, just be like, "Oh, I didn't like it," and if they don't change it, then like be like, "Okay, I'm not gonna hire you," but like
Yeah,
don't
that's what she did.
like that. And the video stayed the way she wanted it because the guy like did it. Like I don't know. I just found like, she was a little rude sometimes, and
Yeah,
it made
but
me a little
as I'm
uncomfortable.
saying, like she was like 17 at that time. But also like I found it interesting, like her point of view. Like there are some things in that documental because it's like very handmade. Like I find it weird that they started filming a documental about her. Like there is footage of her, like all of her process, like even before she became famous. So that's weird. Like it's like she was meant to it. I don't know. It's weird, you know. Like it's weird.
Well, so
Like
she was homeschooled, and all her family was like musically inclined.
yeah.
So like her and her brother would play music, and like I don't know. Well, when I play music, my parents would like take videos occasionally. So it's not that they thought I was gonna be famous or anything. It's like, oh, my baby's doing something I like. So I
But
Uh,
in
and
the
then
documental, they have hidden cameras. Like
well,
that's
I
what I
don't think
find
it's
very
hidden
interesting.
camera. So if you like, I was thinking about that too. If you see it from like a business perspective, Billie Eilish became famous because of one song, and then she started working on an album, and that was like very hyped up. And at the same time, Apple, the producer company now that produced the thingy, was also creating their streaming platform, Apple TV Plus. Uh, so they had the money, and Billy uses everything from Apple. So I think it was easy for them to be like approach their, hey, we have this platform. Do you want to release a documentary on how you are recording your album? And they
Yeah, but
probably
like
agreed.
I don't know. I find very interesting that the documental starts like before she became famous. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's like it's sad.
She became
I
famous
don't know.
since she was like very young, like way before the album, just
Just
because
one.
was
one
she?
single. Yeah, because of the single, and people
Still,
love.
I don't know. I found
And
it
then
weird.
I think she released a few singles, and people kept loving them, and then she recorded the album.
Yeah,
But
like
there was a lot
I'm
of
not a
hype in
huge fan.
between the first single and the album. So it made sense to have.
I don't know her story. I don't know anything. Like I only know her 3 or 4 songs, like the popular ones. Like I like how she sings, but I don't like her music style. It's like very slow for me.
Same. I mean, I like her style, but
yeah. But like, I really like in one point of the documental. Like, if you got to this point, like, and you haven't watched it, go watch it because I might spoil something. But in one point, she explains like her point of view with her art, and she's like, I don't want something to become popular because I will hate it, you know. And that's true. Like, I hate her most popular song, like Bad Guy. Like, I hate that one. Like, they put it so much that I hate it. But it's very interesting because, like, I think that for her to be a singer, it's very difficult to be like anonymous and not become like this popular. I think that the only one that managed to be like behind the scenes was Saya, or how do you pronounce Sia?
I don't know who you're talking about.
when I say it, I say Sia, but
Yeah, you know, like the girl that has like the
yeah, with the wig.
Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. No? Okay.
Yeah, chandelier.
Yeah. Yeah, like she kept her identity hidden. I think that she's releasing a movie in Amazon Prime. Check it out. But yeah, like she's one of the few artists that kept her identity hidden, at least a little bit. But there is one director, like I'm a huge fan of him. His name is Chris Marker. No one knows who he is. Like no one knew they only knew who he was until he was dead. Because like every single movie that he released was very different. It was very different. He was a documentalist from France, and people start thinking that all of his movies were like, there wasn't one author. It was like a multiple authors, and they used that name to release like this type of movies that were like avant-garde.
Mm-hmm.
But no, at the end there was this person. But it's interesting because in his like he did this, like he was hiding from everyone. Like he never show up like to pick up awards or anything, because when he started making cinema, it was when these new pop artists came out, like this new wave that, you know, like these artists that if you sign, I don't know, a toilet, it's a piece of art, you know. And instead of like instead of appreciating like the craftsmanship, you're appreciating the design, you know. Like you're just like, oh, it's a Van Gogh, you know, like just because it's a Van Gogh. Well, like he doesn't count because he's not from that wave. But yeah, like you know what I mean, right? So he wanted to go like completely the opposite way. Like he was like, no, if people are gonna appreciate my stuff, it's gonna be for what it is, not for me. And that's why I really like Chris Marker. Like if you can check out his cinema, it's a little bit heavy, like it's not for everyone, but it's very good. Like all of his documentals are very good. If you like 12 Monkeys, you should check La Jetée. Yeah, La
Really
Jetée.
liked it. I just watched it a few weeks ago.
12 Monkeys or La
Yes.
Jetée?
No, 12 Monkeys.
Okay, did you like it?
Yeah, it's so good.
So that movie, it's based on La Jetée, that is from Chris Marker. And I can show you later on. Like
Yes, because we're drifting a lot from our main topic. So
yeah. Sorry. But also like talking about movies, like we just created a Discord server so that you know how we are gonna review like one movie every single month, so that you guys can like join
watch
us
with us.
and
yeah, and it's not only gonna be for movies. It's for memes, to practice different languages, to talk about whatever you want. It's like a new community. Like that's why we started the podcast. You can see here. No, not really. My background is not cooperating, but yeah, so it's for everyone to join the community and talk to us.
Yeah, we want to meet more people. I don't know, like, because most of the people that are listening to us right now are friends of Mariana or friends of Rene or my friends. So it would be nice, like, to meet each other. Like, I don't know, Mariana's friend, like, can meet me or Rene.
Yeah,
And maybe
let's all
they
be
can
friends.
stop talking to Mariana. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Want to fight?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
join our Discord. We're gonna share it on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. What else? We are starting a new project, mostly me. You're gonna be seeing it soon. It's still like it's a project for the podcast. Maria and Felipe didn't really like the idea, but I think it's gonna attract other people. So
What are you thinking about?
I'll tell you afterwards. I don't want to spoil it right now because I haven't done anything yet.
All right.
We talked about yesterday.
Okay.
We
You're
talked about it
announcing it already,
yesterday.
and you're not telling us. So.
Oh,
I have like some content, but not enough to like
I'm
make
gonna
it
give a
consistent.
hint. That's too much.
Too much. Yeah. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you everyone for being part of the community. Do you have anything else to say?
Guys. No, just thank you all for your support and be expecting more of this month of life. Hope it brings some light into your lives. Yeah, really philosophical. I don't know. I just felt it. That's it. Stay tuned. See you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.